Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I want to jump on here before I ended my day. This is really important to me, and this has been on my mind. And I wanted to talk about friendship and looking at how I show up in friendship and how friendship shows up to me. I've been blessed over the years with some really amazing friends that have been lifelong friends since college, and I've also had some new friends that have come into my life. And then I also had friendships with family members because family members are not just family members, they can be friends. And so I've really been assessing what friendship looks like to me, what it means to me, and what I need from it. So I want to share with you this article that I read on Bustle, and this lady named Brandy Neal talked about 8 red flags you're stressed out by toxic friends. And toxic friends can be toxic family members too. Just because you've been friends with someone for a really long time doesn't mean that they're still good for you or that you're still good for them. And so I'm going to give you those 8 things that she mentioned about the red flags. But then I want to come back and tell you some things that I learned in friendship that might be able to help you. So 8 red flags are: you avoid their text and their phone calls. So if you have somebody calling you and you don't want to hear from them, but you haven't confronted them as to why, that means that it's toxic, either from you or from them. The other red flag is number 2, they are never there when you need them. They always call you when they need something, but when you need something, they either shift the conversation or they just don't answer or they're not available for you when you need them. Number 3, of the red flags that you're dealing with toxic friends are: you expected to drop everything for them. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter what needs you have. Some people who are you're not that person too. Number 4, you're emotionally drained after seeing them or talking to them. Just some people just take all of your energy. Some people know them as vampires. They just suck all the life out of every situation. And so that's definitely a red flag that you are in a toxic friend zone. Number 5, you experience physical symptoms. Sometimes you get stressed. Sometimes you don't even know how to move forward. Sometimes they drain you and make you tired. Sometimes I've had friends who make you so angry and they're happy after you're angry. So that's something you got to think about. They want your energy to know that you care, but they're used to getting that love in toxic ways. Number 6, you feel like you have to hide things. If you have a friend who can't celebrate with you, who can't be excited for you, you can't tell them about the blessings in your life or the things that God is doing for you or any accomplishments, that's definitely a red flag that it's a toxic friend. And then number 7, your relationship causes issues with other relationships. So this friend always has something negative to say about people in your life. They don't want you to be friends with anyone else, or they just feel like they should be the person that is consuming all of your time and your energy, even over possibly your spouse or your job and over your other friends. And then number 8, you develop serious health problems because if you internalize toxic friendship and you don't know how to confront it, you don't feel confident enough to tell the person how you're feeling about them, then sometimes that can severely mess with your blood pressure, that can severely mess with your energy, and it can stress you out. So I just wanted to share with you some of those red flags about dealing with toxic friends, but I also want to share with you some of the things I learned along the journey in terms of how to heal. So these 4 L's came to me because my sister and I had a really interesting friendship and a relationship before she passed. And part of the problem with the relationship was me. And my problem was I was always trying to fix her. And I always wanted her to do what I thought she should do. Even though I believe those things were right, it quickly offended her. So I had to learn, number 1, to just let go of my idea of who she should be. So if you have a friend in your life and you want their life to change and you want something for them more than they want it for themselves, you need to let go of that idea because they have to want it for themselves. The other L was you need to learn to lift them up If you have a friend in your life that you care about, lift them up. Pray for them. And sometimes that lifting them up means you release yourself from having to believe that you're the answer and you can fix it. Because if you're anything like me, I want to help. I want to dig in there. I'm here for you. I want you to know I love you because I want that for myself. But that can actually create more stress in your life because you help somebody and they go back to being the same exact person. You ever give somebody money and they still lost the car, or they still didn't pay their rent, or they still just didn't have what they needed, still lights still turned off? That means that you're enabling them and you're expecting them to be like you. If I give you the solution, I provided you the answer, then you should be like me. You need to not do that. So, and the next thing is, as you lift somebody up, the other thing that I learned in friendship is I need to love. I need to love without expectation. And without expectation does not mean without boundaries. So the expectation is once you cross my boundary, then I'm going to have to learn to love you from a distance, but I don't have to not love you. That was one of the most liberating experiences I had with my sister before she passed. Is I just looked at her and I said, I really love her because she exists. I don't love how she's treating herself. I don't love the experience that she's having in life, but I love her because she exists. And when she's able to operate within my boundaries, then I will have her around me. And when she's not, then I will release my expectation, but I'll still love her. That gave me so much freedom when she passed away because I did not push her away for not being who I wanted her to be. The next thing is there's sometimes you'll have to leave. And sometimes if you're the person who's toxic, you'll get left. And then other times you'll have to decide if people deserve to be in your life. But this last one that I really thought was important before I go is if you have good friends in your life, you got to lift them up and then look at who's lifting you up. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Karen Townsend because Dr. Karen Townsend got a once in a lifetime opportunity, y'all, to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I'm an Oprah fan. If you don't love Oprah, I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking to people who love Oprah. And I am a fan. I've been a fan since I was a child. Always wanted to be on her show and just thought it was amazing that somebody I knew was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Do you know that Dr. Karen Townsend was asked a question by the producers? They asked her, who is the most vulnerable person that you know? Do y'all know she put me on her paper? She put Felithia Charlton in front of her name on a producer for the producers to know that she thought that I was the most vulnerable, transparent person that she knows, and that I had overcome a lot of challenges and been authentic about it. Get somebody in your circle who lifts you up. I cannot even believe it. Just know that there are people rooting for you. There are people who love you. There are people who want to be in your life. There are people who want to bring you on board. I've gotten some amazing calls. Some beautiful stuff is happening because I am allowing room, because I'm leaving people behind who don't lift me up. I'm loving people and creating boundaries. I'm allowing people to let me go if they believe that that's what they need to do. And then I'm letting them go. But the other thing that I'm learning in friendship that's so important is I'm finally letting people love me. Love me without me giving them expectations that they might not be able to live up to. So I'm telling y'all, don't give up on friendship, but make sure that as a friend, you're not a heavy lift. And I've been a heavy lift friend. And I don't seek to be that. I seek to be a loving friend. I seek to be a safe place. And then I go to counseling and I go to church so that I can be a lighter friend. So I don't have to put all of my stuff on you. I don't have to make you responsible for making me whole. I can just allow you to love me and allow myself to love you back. Reevaluate your friendships and make sure that the same energy that you want from a friend is the same energy that you're giving to a friend. Let me know in the comments how friendship shows up for you. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and I appreciate you allowing me to share looking at friendship through love, through lifting someone up, and through allowing someone to love you.